Happy Saturday, everyone. Gosh, it's been a couple weeks since I've been doing a live. I don't know, we went to San Juan Capistrano, had a great time with George and Marion, and I don't know, just where's the week go? I want to hope that everybody is safe. I don't know if any of you were near the fires and the smoke. I know it was so smoky here in Sacramento, it was just unbelievable. So it was nice kind of today to see the blue sky, you know, so geez. So next week, I promise, because there's lots of recipes I want to share, so they're so cool. And I really did think it was going to maybe rain, so I thought, well, this will be good. I can turn on the oven. I think it's 90 degrees outside, but all right. So this is one of our new ones, and it's called a bake orzo. Vegetarian, I think it even said vegan. So just kind of excited. Again, simple, easy, and you know that's what I'm all about. So I want to make sure that a lot of you might have our forged cutlery, and this is our forged cutlery but has a different type of handle, but same thing. We have something called a honer, and a honer, excuse me. Okay. We have something called a honer, and what this does, it can be right or left-handed. It's two ceramic rods, and what it does is it sharpens your blade, but it doesn't take any of the metal off. And when good knives are honed and different things like that, you want to be careful. Now, you could hone this knife 10 times a day and it wouldn't hurt it. It just becomes balanced again. So it's always good to have a nice sharp knife. So we're gonna start off with, and then I thought about it, I had a yellow pepper, that would be great for some color. But we're gonna use our 5-inch Santuco. We're gonna just cut that part off. We're going to take, of course, our handy dandy scoop and loop. We're going to go up like this and just pop out the seeds, okay? I know you're going to say, well, geez, Maria, I can just take my fingers, and that's true. But sometimes, you know, with the seeds, especially from a honeydew or a cantaloupe, this is just great. And also, too, if you can't eat seeds, cucumber, if you want to stuff it, or even zucchini, just kind of one swoop, as they say. Okay, now with this, it says we're going to chop it in the manual food processor. Now, you know this is my favorite. I have 3 of these, so I truly love these because it's easy on my hand. But the tip with the food chopper or the manual food processor is you don't want to overdo it, okay? So I put like half the onion in, go like this, and then go all the way down. Started, and I'm going to put a little bit more in there. I'm going to go all the way down. Now I'm going to cut because this is how they said to do it. I'm not using my slicer, my quick slice. I'm going to use that for the Kalamata olives later, which just sounds so good. Okay, so we're just chopping it. Another tip too, guys, is you can always hit it like this. And what that does is it drops everything down. This is chopping up quite nicely, okay? And as I'm sweating, and I even turned on my air conditioner. It's because I had to turn on the oven. Okay, I might take this out for just a minute because I don't want to do it any more than that. Okay, now I'm going to take my trivet here and I'm going to come behind you, Chris, and I'm going to keep it on, so I'm using the 6-quart enamel cast iron quart pan, okay? Just going to take this, and I'm going to be putting it on the stove, but I wanted to get this part just so that I could get them in there, okay? And what I also did, because I have to cook this, seriously, this is the best. have arthritis and stuff like that in your hand, nothing better. Okay, so we're putting this in. I'm just using the knife. Yes, I could be using my scraper. Now, it called for 2 of them so that you didn't have to sit there and watch me go through 2. I did my tomato already. I'm sorry, my bell pepper. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this, it's not too hot. Using the grippers, remember, they're gray now. Oh, there we go. Now let me turn this on. Okay, Chris, you can come to the, I have 2 of my, I used, of course, the black garlic, because I thought it was really funny that this recipe doesn't call for any garlic. Now I have, this is our new, the wood with silicone utensil. You get a set of 3, and remember, this is if you buy 1 set. For every set that's bought, Pampered Chef donates $1 to Feeding America, which is obviously so important right now. So, you know me, I always have a little extra. So this looks like a lot. So this just cooks up for a couple minutes. So I'm using, of course, my mixing scraper. You know, that's not going to melt or anything like that. If I wanted to leave it in there, I could. The only thing is that handle does get hot. Okay, so I'm going to leave those there. And then we're going to come over here. Now, I'll just put these over here. Okay, so now I've opened the can. Again, it's supposed to be roasted, fire roasted. I don't know why I keep buying the wrong one. So I just put that there. It's a little shy. It wasn't 15 ounces. So Catherine and Martin gave us, Frucci gave us some Roma tomatoes. So I'm cutting those up. Cut those up, and I put a little bit, instead of 2 cups of vegetarian broth, I used 2.5, kind of just to allow for that. So, I want to show you again, of course, the can opener. It goes on top, and it just turns. See, it's already there because it just secures it, okay? Also, too, I've got my flexible mats, which are great also for just picking up the food and then throwing it into and then go the other way. I have something right here. It's driving me nuts on my hand. Okay, like a squirrel, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so you turn it the opposite way, and then we're going to take the gripper, go like this, and pull it off. Now, you guys, seriously, this is the best thing ever. This is our easy read colander. You're not going to see me. I'm going to drain the garbanzo beans and over here, rinse them off quickly. Okay, those are done. I can't tell you. I mean, I think it sells for $12 or $13. It's the best tool. It's easy, it's fast. I love that stuff like that. Now, something that I don't use a lot, and that is our Greek rub. As you can tell, I haven't used it for a while because this is our old packaging. So, remember, the lid is 2 tablespoons. And I'm just going to throw just about, because I always think it needs a little bit of, I won't put too much more in there. Okay, so we've got our garbanzo beans, I've got the tomatoes, I've got the broth, and I've got the orzo pasta. How easy is this? So after that is cooked up, I'm going to, and pepper flakes and salt. So I'm going to go back over to the stove here, Chris. And this is looking good. It's just nice, and they said just soften, and that was about 3 minutes. And so I'm going to add my garbanzo beans. Going to add the tomatoes. Love when you can just throw stuff in. I'm going to throw in the Greek rub. I am going to transfer the tomatoes here that I cut up. Okay. I'm going to throw in the rest of the aromas. That was just a couple extra ones, so I had the full 15 ounces. Put the orzo pasta. Cheapest place to buy it is Trader Joe's, guys. Oh, really, for any of the pastas and like if you sun-dried tomatoes and things like that, really, best place. Now it just said to mix it all up. Really, this looks so good, and it looks like it would make, I mean, I bet you could easily double this. If it tastes really good, who knows? Depending on what we do for my open house. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys, but I'm hoping still to have it. I'll have a thermometer at the door. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so we put a little bit of the red flakes in there. Love when something has a little bit of spice to it. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to, wait a minute, let me make sure it didn't say to simmer or anything. I don't think so. Oh, bring to a simmer. And remove from heat, stirring, oh, okay, good. Okay, now, the other nice thing is it's got fresh spinach. So that always, again, adds, look at all the color. And if I had used the yellow bell pepper, I think you'd have a little bit more color in there. It said 5 ounces. I just filled this all the way up. Honest to gosh, I never really quite know what, okay, good, it's simmering. 5 ounces. Now, yes, I should have got out my handy dandy new digital kitchen scale, but okay, so I'm just going to throw this in. I almost feel like putting a little bit more in there. Who doesn't love spinach? So, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Like I said, thank goodness it's not smoky, and probably a lot of you aren't maybe even home right now. So, I'm just going to stir this in and turn it off, okay? And then I'll just do what the recipe calls for today. You know me, I'm one for always kind of tweaking it. I'm going to put this on. My oven's at 400. I've got my handy dandy oven protectors. And you know what I also just found out? That you can also use the oven protectors in our air fryer, which is awesome. So, anyway, I'm going to do this. It takes 14 minutes to bake. I'm going to use my timer that unfortunately we don't sell anymore. Okay, and so that's really how easy that is. I will be posting the recipe. It's kind of cool because it's a consultant exclusive, so I'll be sharing that with you. And then what you can top it with, it said, was Kalamata olives or feta cheese. So I did get Kalamata olives, so I'm going to have them all ready. I put them on there on the quick slice. Yes, you could use your egg slicer plus, but this, oh, well, Maria, helps if you go the right way. Okay, there we go. And I'll do a few more olives. So, anyway, that's what the baked orzo is all about. Let's see. Still, I'm ready to do, you know, any virtual shows, of course. Zoom, Facebook Live. I don't know about coming into the home yet, just because I don't know what everybody's comfort level is. So, but I encourage you all to do a virtual if you need some new stuff, or if you're thinking about, lo and behold, yes, Christmas is right around the corner, because we have incredible host deals right now. So, anyway, I wish you a great rest of your weekend, and I will be posting everything for you. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great evening.